Hey, it's MK, and I am on the very last video for this baby album. Yay! Oh my gosh, I have had so much fun creating this album. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it. I really do. Today I'm going to do a twofer. This is going to be a quick single page, and then I'm going to do the pocket. She requested a pocket for, like well-wish cards and the memorabilia that you pick up from the hospital, things like that. And so she has asked for one of those, which is what I normally do at the end of an album anyways, because I think that that's just as important as the rest of the album as well. So first thing that I have is the page that I'm going to do. It's a really simple design, and the idea behind it, oh, hang on, blah. Okay, so here is the design, this one right here. And the idea around this one is kind of like their one-year photos. It's their very first year. It's not really like their birthday photos, which it could be, but it's kind of like, I was thinking about doing a really big photo so that way it could be the family photo of, 1 year as a family or them as 1 year, but I decided to do the separate photos. And then I thought that they could, if they have a large family photo, they could just put it on top of the two photo mats. So it'll be okay no matter which decision they make. Now, I picked out this cloud paper, and the design shows a pattern on top and a pattern on bottom. And I already put together my strip using the little tops from the Kaisercraft notepad and a piece of washi. I just cut real close to the design on one and then stuck the washi and then glued it together with more washi because, that's how I roll. And then I was going to use this as the dividing point. I also have a really large doily that I kind of wanted to use as an anchor. So that'll go like that. And then I have my my two photo mats. Now the design shows the photo mats going like this, and I tried with the photo mats twisted and going like this. However, the title that I picked out, which is this, would go over the photo, and that's a bit too much. Maybe these little loopies can go over the photo, but half the word, that's just too much for me, because this is the way that I pictured it, and have, if they choose to put an entire family photo right here, this is probably the orientation that most photographers would take. But I'm going to do this one, and this one might work as well. It still gives me a 6x8 going across, or going up and down, and maybe this is the most, oh, I wanted pink on top. I wanted the pink on top because it seemed like I always did the boy first. And this time it's going to be the little girl. Then I was looking at my stash and I thought, well, because it shows two pieces, and I am going to have this gorgeous, gorgeous stripe as my, I just love how that, how that looks right there. So I haven't cut any of my papers down, but I did find this awesome watercolor streaky pink paper, and because my clouds were blue, I was going to put half of it pink and half of it blue, and then the blue part have the pink photo mat, and you get the idea. I actually really, really loved this, but I asked a few opinions and they were like, nope, we like the all blue. We like the clouds. And then when I bring in the title back, like so, they said that they still liked all the clouds. So I'm not going to do, I do love the impact of the pink paper, but I'm not going to do it. It's going to be all clouds, And that's going to be it. Super simple today. I have a bunch of extra miscuts that I did. I made these too big, but I'm going to throw those on there anyways. These are leftovers from another layout as well. Same book, just a different layout. Oh, can't pick that up. I have leftovers from another baby kit that I kind of have been throwing in to this album as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the smaller heart. I have leftovers from the star page that we did. So I pulled those out, and then I have my leftover, since all of these stars over here are silver, I brought in the iridescent ones to represent the pink, just to kind of give it a little bit more color. Or I could use, nope, not that. Sorry, that poor thing has been all over the place. I could use the silver stars, but I already have silver stars, so I chose these iridescent ones. Alright, again, it's going to be a super simple layout, and then I will come back and we'll do the pocket page. The only reason why the pocket page takes forever is because I have to use foam tape, and I foam tape it around the pocket so that way there's depth and it's not paper on paper, and it might rip. I could also, no, there's a reason why I don't do that. I was just going to say I could also use the mini album method and create gussets, but you can't because of the size, because I do make it 12 by 12. That's why I use my foam tape. I just remembered that. It's been a while. But we will create a pocket together. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cloud paper and then the white cardstock behind it that just gives it a little bit a small little border. I am going to trim the edges off. I think I'm doing a 1/2 inch on the cloud paper, and then I want a teeny sliver of little white cardstock, and I think it's going to be 3/8 that I'm cutting off here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm cutting off. And so basically what I want to do is I want everything to sit in the lower right hand corner. And so when I measured all this out, it's going to just be like this white cardstock's just going to be a border around the top and the left side of this blue paper. So if it looks like I'm like off-centered, I am. So, and then I have no idea where this striped piece came from. I apologize. I think it was gifted to me, in all honesty. And again, I don't know whose it is. I don't know where it came from. And so I just liked the big, bold stripes and the fact that they're not all going one direction. I really liked that aspect of it as well. These little the strips, again, they were the topper pieces from my Kaisercraft paper pad. And then these leftovers, the first leftovers, these large ones with the hearts, they are leftover from the family tree. I am still trying to use them all up. And then the two little ticket type ones are from the special delivery page. So yeah, I didn't throw anything away. I just always figured that I could repurpose it. So now I'm just trying to figure out the placement of these little tags or tabs. I don't know what they're called, you guys. Labels? Maybe that's what they're called. Trying to figure out how much doily I want shown. I really think that the doily gives it a grounding foundation, kind of like this is going to be one huge cluster, and I'm not really going to have any other, so I'm going to have one big ginormous cluster and then a teeny tiny cluster up at the top. And that's pretty much all I'm going to do. Now, doilies they're kind of hard to lay down. And I don't know where this doily came from. I think my mom, she used to have a ton of doilies for like the kitchen, for like food, I think. I don't know. Whoa, that's bright. Holy Okay, does anybody know where this black and white
stripe came from? Anybody? Because, wow. Did anybody use the other side of this black and white stripe? I would love to see how you guys used that. That was bold. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Squirrel. I went away from the doily. So I think that that's what this is. I think it's an 8-inch doily from the baking section in Walmart, Joann's, wherever you can buy baking stuff. And so I think that's why, I think that's where it's from, because the delicate doilies that I have, or the Cambridge doilies, I don't know what they're called. I think that those ones are actually only 6 inches, and I wanted big. I wanted it to be, very, very big. So just trying to make sure that my label is not at an angle, because that would drive me nuts. I'm going to attach the title, and then I am going to start actually decorating the page. So not much to this, you guys. I add a couple hearts in, I think in both of the label sections. That heart next to the hour, it doesn't stay because it goes too much in line with the heart that I put in the label, in the little label. And so, yeah, I wanted to use all 3, but no, I only used 2. You have 2 clusters, you only use 2 items. That's just how it works. You can't, it looks funny if you try to force a 3rd one in, at least in my mind. It really does. You guys, I act like I know what I'm doing. I really don't. I just don't. It's whatever looks good to me. I have no design concept. I have no idea what I'm babbling about half the time. It's just whatever is pleasing to my eye, is how my layouts end up looking. That's it. That's all there is to it. I don't have any words of wisdom or special designer graphic knowledge, nothing, you guys. It's just, this is what I think looks good, and that's, hey, I'm going to glue it there. So I really wanted these 2 big ginormous stars next to the word hour, because it represents the 2 little children. And then in each of the clusters for the labels, I really liked these tiny stars. The larger stars really weren't doing it, what I wanted it to do. And so I've got this really awesome punch. And I also decided not to overdo the stars. I really liked spreading the silver stars throughout the page, but I try it one more time. Are you sure you don't want to use the colored stars in amongst the silver stars? No, I do not. I am spreading these silver stars all over, and I love it. I love how this is looking. I love the little sparkle of the silver stars. I don't even use the holographic stars. This is it. This is what I end up doing. I have a blue and a pink star in the little cluster of labels, and that's it. Super simple. Again, if they want to do a large photo, they just cover up both of the other photos, and we're done. All right, one more pocket page to do, and this little series is complete. Thank you for sticking around with me, you guys. I really do appreciate all of the comments. Thank you so much for saying how great this album turned out, because I'm super stoked at how it did too. Thank you again. I appreciate you all, and I will see you next time.